right.
And then you can just turn off. Hey folks, welcome to our Warpportal Weekly live show. Hopefully you guys are able to hear us okay. If the mic's a little low, just let us know and we can jack up the audio a little bit. This week we're actually excited to be bringing you some really cool costume making, courtesy of CMs Maridah. And those are her hands, I know.
I'm trying to get in frame. This is really difficult, actually.
Oh, someone's throwing porins here, which actually are showing up, even though it is green. So it must just be the calibration. CMs Maridah, why don't you talk about what you're going to make today?
I will be working on Swordsman. So I'm going to do the patterning part right now, and in maybe a future show, I'll actually show how to work with materials and like craft foam.
Can you hold that up to the camera?
Let's see if I can. It's a little counterintuitive.
Oh, maybe turn it upside down.
Is it?
It's really tough to get used to.
Okay. All right. There we go. So yeah, this is what we're gonna be making. I'm gonna be making the arm parts today. So I'm just gonna be doing the patterning.
I believe the correct term is bracers.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be making the bracers. Thank you, Oda.
So you're going to be forging them out of aluminum, of course.
I'll be eventually making them out of craft foam and Warpla. So that'll have to come in at a later time. We can do that during a different stream, but that involves like a heat gun and some other materials. So that'll be a really fun one for our audio to deal with. But
gotta
do this first.
What do you know about costumes and stuff like that?
I have never made a costume before. This is my first time.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm lying. I do this kind of as like a side hobby job. So
Yes.
This is my forte. So I will be helping you guys if you want to learn how to make some armor for pretty cheap. Craft foam's a pretty easy way to get started, and it's very, very simple. So I got tools here.
You got the tool, you got the talent.
Whatever I could pull out this morning in my
feeling pretty
sleepy, feverish mess that I am today. So what I'm using is a clear ruler. You can get this in the draft supplies at like a office supply store. If you just go for like where architects and things buy their supplies. And then I'm also using this.
Yep, very nice.
This ruler. It's got a little bit of wire in there so that you can form it. I should have brought my regular tape measure, but I totally forgot. But it's okay because I can still use this.
Yeah.
These are both really useful tools. So I recommend anybody who's doing a project like this, buy them. They're pretty easy to come by. Staples or wherever your local office supply place will have it. So
Yeah, back when we were still doing drafting in the architecture program, like on paper, kids, you may remember it. We actually had to take sheets of vellum and put them into a machine that made them into blueprints.
Yeah.
Before computers took over everything and our towns were
Well,
put to
actually,
waste.
I have some vellum here. That's part of the project too.
Ooh.
So I like to buy this from art supply stores in a packet. I also have it in giant rolls when I'm doing patterning. But for the purposes of this, I'm just bringing in this tracing paper. Tracing vellum comes in sheets. Very easy to use.
And if you ever need to lie down on like a hospital thing, you just put that down beforehand and it feels just like it. You know?
it's a little bit more waxy. Like, not really waxy, but there's a definite difference in the feel. But
I mean, you are a connoisseur of hospital paper
so many
materials.
inappropriate things to say. I shouldn't be.
You know, you can say them.
So the good thing is
why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, we have a
Buttercup.
guest.
if we go blue, we get more viewers. So
Well, AO games we can't do on Twitch, but everything else is nice and legal.
Oh God.
The wink. So I'm going to be working on this in the background for the majority of the show, and if you guys have questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And I'm going to go ahead and get started.
Awesome.
So I've got some basic paper, which I'm going to do my basic drafting on. I guess I should probably at least talk about what I'm starting with, which is going to be, oh, God, can't get used to this camera. It's gonna be these parts of the bracers. I'm gonna do them in sections, because you can see it's kind of like there's 4 panels that make up this arm guard. And I'm gonna be taking measurements of my own arm and drafting it out on the yellow paper. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm gonna start using the vellum to create where I wanna put the lines and detail work and stuff like that, which will end up being a template that I'll convert over into a craft foam form. And then I'll also be making a little hand grid there.
Oh, super cool.
I would make the breastplate, but I need to bring in my mannequin for that, and that's an ordeal. But that is always really fun to do because it involves wrapping paper around it and duct taping it and cutting it apart, and it's pretty fun. So.
It's not something I expected to hear today. Is, I'll bring in my mannequin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my apartment is filled with all sorts of weird things. Every time somebody delivers a package, they're like, "What are you doing in there?" It's like some sort of.
It's like,
mad
oh, it's like
scientist
Bioshock.
experiment.
Cool. It's real cool in here.
It's a serial killer's home. Don't question it. All right.
That's right. He did have a mannequin and sell some lamps, didn't he? To make his girl dresses.
Yeah, I think,
I'm really into cosplay now.
It's a really convenient guise.
It's like, are you
for
still making
serial
ones?
killers?
No, that's weird.
And Jeffrey Dahmer would have had a really good excuse now.
If they did a remake of Silence of the Lambs where the dude was really into anime, I think that would be just about the best thing.
Oh, God.
I'm sure that something like it exists.
Excuse me, I've got a whole bunch of DVDs I need to get into my car, so can you help me? Like, I've got a bunch of hard drives with some bootleg.
So why does every character that you imitate come back to the sugar water guy from Men in Black?
I like Vincent D'Onofrio. If you guys have been watching Daredevil, and if he would just do the voice from Edgar once, I think I'd be really, really happy. Like, well, no, Daredevil, skin's kind of hanging loose here. Actually, every voice
That
pretty
came
much.
out a little bit like Beetlejuice.
Every voice I do kind of comes out like Beetlejuice. It's Beetlejuice or the really gross guy from You Can't Do It on Television.
Or one of many Simpsons characters. I have to sit next to Oda.
It's a punishment for new employees.
I've been here long enough to take someone else.
You've earned the right to get moved out.
We'll just stick Jello Shaker by him for
Yeah.
a little bit.
I don't know. She might enjoy that.
That's
it's,
true. She sometimes gets in on that, so all that pun making, office torture.
Office torture is right.
I'm an old man. What can I do? It's like I'm gonna listen to Hawaiian music and make some really bad puns. I'm like a living Margaritaville. I'm like Jimmy Buffett song made flesh or something like that.
What I'm doing right now is I'm just measuring like the overall circumference of what I want the end product to be in terms of width. So I'm looking at 12 inches here. That gives me a little bit of like movability around the arm. My
So
forearms are kind of small. Though.
Are you gonna have something like underneath that?
Well, you have to have some room for the costume itself, and then the craft foam that I'm going to use is actually thicker than the standard kind, so it's almost about the same width as this tape measure is itself. So that actually helps me out with planning, so that I know that essentially if I make the whole entire pattern come together at 12 inches, it'll fit over my arm with fabric. Should be okay. So
Is
there's
that
a little
actually
bit of-
going to taper down a little smaller towards
Yeah.
the end, or?
This is just for my upper arm measurement, and I'm going to take a measurement for what I want the lower arm to be. That's going to be 12. So let me write that down. 'Cause,
How durable is this craft foam?
by itself, it's not very durable at all. That's why you want to service it with another material. I'll be using Warpportal, but you can use everything from Plastidip to resin, like fiberglass. So it's just up to you what level of rigidity you need it to be, and then how much you want to spend. So it's cheaper to use certain things than others. But yeah.
That's very cool. Now, question for you two.
I'm like a 5-year-old over here. Continue. Buttercup attention span. None.
That's fine. You know, nobody can see you guys. You know, on your laptops and tablets over here. But if you could create a costume, if there's a character that you could pretty much have like a perfect costume for that character, you know, somebody else would make it and you get it for free. What would that be?
Do we have to fit into it?
I'm like if I were like a really awesome athletic build, then yeah, Furiosa. That's what I want to cosplay as. That's like the only character I've ever been like, you know what? I would totally do that. But I need to like go to the gym for 5 hours every day because I'm a little too squishy right now.
There are going to be so many awesome costumes.
Everybody's too squishy for that right now.
Yeah. Sure, that's
buff
going to be
women
real
in
tough
that.
to match that build, but
yeah, I would want to sculpt and make the mechanics for the handpiece.
oh,
That's-
yeah, you get like the robot arm.
Like the cool shoulder gear and then like.
You'd have to actually amputate your arm though to be totally realistic.
No, I wouldn't.
Not that level commitment.
No, I'm good with the.
It's like actually that technology doesn't exist. Like
It
actually,
always.
I guess that probably
I don't
does
have
exist.
regenerative properties.
Yeah. It worries
prostate
me
limbs?
on that topic.
Actually,
No,
think
no,
that
we-
probably-
that's
My
a
boyfriend
beta
likes to
right now.
cosplay from Metal Gear, and he always makes jokes about, oh, you know, I'm losing vision in this eye anyways, I don't need it. And I'm just like, no, sir.
You know, maybe
Not
I
that
could get
level.
something, you know, just have one taken out. You know?
Yeah, just that one.
We are.
He says that to me just to troll me, I think.
They are doing prosthetic limbs that are controlled by
Oh,
a
yeah.
system. So
That is super cool.
That guy with the robotic arm, that was
Yeah.
really neat seeing that.
Did he actually have to?
well, he was
like,
already.
No. I mean, did he actually have? Is it like a physical connection of the
Yeah.
nerves?
Mm-hmm.
So he can move it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
You have
Same
to
thing.
practice what
Thinking.
you need to do to make it move. It's freaking nuts.
That is so cool. I mean,
We're that much
You know.
closer to cyberpunk. So
Mm-hmm.
we're already in a cyber dystopia right now, so we might as well have the technology to go along with it.
Oh, God. Oh, my
are we
God.
just gonna call this the cyber age?
No, that was actually what the hell was that? It was the Nomergon tram was a really notorious spot in the World of
Oh my
Warcraft
god,
where
I kill people down there.
where it was just like, yeah, this is where we go to RP. Like, oh, cool. Are you guys like having a bit like?
And that's where
we're
you go.
having
And then-
adult adventures.
Oh.
And then you go down there and you gank them all. Because they're all naked. So you just gank them.
Someone speaking from experience.
Shut up.
See, I rarely ever saw people.
I may
It
or
was
may not have been there.
That was literally the dark side of World of Warcraft.
you know, but you could go to Second Life and that's
Yeah,
the whole thing.
it's
you
kind of
know,
built into that. And that's, yeah. Huh.
Hey, you know, we're not shaming anybody
I'm
here.
not
You
shaming
know,
anyone, I'm just from personal experience though.
it just seemed like that.
We have to
little
take
rough,
the
little
stance that you should probably use only PG-13 language in an MMORPG.
Vidya Vitami says, my friend just linked me here. RO, I'm far more excited than I really should ever be. No, you should always be more excited
Super
than
excited.
you possibly could be.
Unless it's a
Really
heart
watching.
problem, then you might want to get that checked out.
Yeah, you know, if the blood pressure's a little high, that's totally understandable. But yeah, we've got Campitor here. He's the producer. He's the arm. He's the long arm of the law
I was
of
looking at the
Ragnarok.
wrong feed. I was like, why isn't it
It's like-
appearing
it's like-
instantly?
It's like, why isn't it in his face?
But yeah, if you guys are from RO, you know, we do this stream every week. If you guys haven't watched before, from 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And, you know, we do all kinds of different things on the show. All things that you will enjoy and want to share with your friends. So please make sure to get the word out about the show. Please.
Please. See, that's not good. It's no good if you're not a cute cat doing this.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. Trying not to talk on this.
You know,
How
like
dare
a
you.
Generation X kind of thing. I think that'll be good. Anyway, yeah. Uziel UK says, I showed her the righteous path here, even though I never speak, I'm always here. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you should speak more often. We like our loyal people.
So what time is it for you folks in the UK right now? If you're watching, post where you are, where you guys are coming out from.
Yes.
And what time is it for you? Because, it's...
Age, sex, location, you know the drill. Come on.
Well, I think it's very important to get that information, you don't want to be catfished.
Oh shit. Tom Perry voice, make it happen.
I don't do a very good Swedish accent, though.
It's just you gotta be down here, kind of like Batman.
I had a partner once, but now I work alone.
Triceracop.
Other room. Thanks in the jar.
I need to go back in time, but I don't know how to go back in time. What was the line?
Thanks, Yor.
Mexico, 7:21 p.m.
Maybe
The other room, 5:21 p.m. Eastern U.S., 8:20 p.m. Because, we're always thinking about, what time is it for folks who are watching the stream? Hopefully you guys aren't, driving while you're watching our videos, driving home from work.
Just listen. You can
Oh my god,
listen, don't drive.
I did a live stream once and somebody told me that they were watching it on their cell phone in a cab ride. And I'm like, what are you doing, sir?
Yeah, cab ride's
In a
fine.
cab
You're-
ride,
you're-
so-
if you're in the Google
Was he the
self-driving
driver?
car.
I hope not. I really hope not. That's a good
New
question.
Zealand.
Whoa. Hey, other
Whoa.
side of the world.
I mean, we actually have I think at least 2 or 3 of our streaming people are from Australia or
Sorry.
New Zealand.
Well, we did get ORO back in was it 2006?
So I mean, we've got folks from India, we've got folks from Malaysia, the Philippines, Canada, even.
Oh,
Okay, so just to give an update on what I'm slowly doing here.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I've narrowed it down to the measurements I think I want. I think I want it to be 9 inches around the wrist, 12 inches around the forearm, and then 8 inches long. So I'm just gonna make a basic piece that can be used in 4 pieces for this basic pattern. So that's what I'm doing here.
And it's 9 inches for the nails, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Anyway.
We don't know what you're talking about. Oda. Only old people know that.
Oh, wow. Oh.
yeah, France. Bonjour.
Would you like to speak to our...
My 10th grade level French speaking. No, I sound like a kindergartner.
That's
I
better
sound
than what
like
I
a
can do.
Quebecois. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
But that's
Sorry, if you're from
Canadian.
Canada, I
He's
probably
just
horribly
gonna offend
you right now.
everyone.
That's what we do on this. That's how you get the
Yeah.
ratings.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called on Twitch.
Yeah, just got somebody else making the
Oh,
swordswoman.
Oh, yeah?
Or who has.
Ooh.
Oh, awesome.
I remember making a swordswoman cosplay about 10 plus years ago to my first con.
Awesome. You should share with us if you still have pictures.
Yeah. There may even be a costume contest a little bit later this
Just
year.
saying. Yeah. Hopefully. That'd be fun. I think I want to put up some patterns for stuff like this too. So maybe I can scan this and make this available for people who want to.
Oh, that'd be totally cool.
So hopefully I can make a clean enough pattern to do that so that we can put it up online. Make it something that you guys could do at home. So where should I report a cheater in Ragnarok? To our GM staff. Please go to support.warpportal.com right now and file a ticket. Screenshots, video, anything that you have, submit that in a ticket to them and they will definitely take care of that for you.
Awesome.
Damn, she's got that memorized.
Yeah.
Profanity alert, profanity alert.
Oh shit, sorry.
Sorry, we have said worse.
This is why why I don't go on these things.
You know
He's
what?
just giving you a hard time. No, seriously, stop razzing her.
I'm sorry. You know, it's.
She's never gonna want to come back.
Whoa!
Oh, we're on a real name basis now.
Oh, it's getting real in here. I'm getting the vapors.
Ultron. There's Steve Rogers every time.
What?
Huh?
In Age of Ultron.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he gets...
Yeah, sure, that's what it was. That's cool. Campitor.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it that you were
What's wrong?
going to say?
You need to, for the costume contest, you need to pull a Bryan Cranston and get yourself a mask made of yourself.
Oh god, that'd be so creepy.
I mean,
Fantastic.
You know, we keep going back to Silence of the Lambs because it's a quality product.
Yeah.
And, what was your answer for the costume thing?
Okay, so there's 3 old anime costumes.
You're looking at the camera,
Really
but
love.
you're not on camera. It's cool.
I know.
I messed
He,
up.
One was-
he wants you to look at him because he wants attention.
That's why we put him on. That's what it's all about.
Terry Bogard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the old classic. The Escaflowne.
The character Escaflowne.
The Escaflowne.
Is Flowne
The actual
last
Escaflowne,
The
like
actual-
mech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be an amazing costume.
Yeah.
Actually, probably won't
And then
say
someone could
something.
follow you around going, Escaflowne! and like annoy the crap out of people. It'd be great.
There's enough room to actually put a speaker system.
Yeah.
You know, the bigger a costume is at a convention, like I have so much respect for those guys and gals because it's like you are not going to be looking
yeah.
at any booth. You're not doing anything but walking up and down the aisles because
And you're not going to be
you're not,
sitting or
I'd
using
like
the restroom.
to buy that mug. No, you're not
No.
going to be buying anything or
Unless you're a
eating.
real jerk, because I actually encountered somebody at AX who decided they wanted to bring a full-scale TARDIS into the dealer room. That was rude.
Like to move around or
They were just carting it in and out of the dealer room for the heck of it. Not a great idea.
No.
Because there's like 80,000 people
like
attending.
a Dalek is kind of like borderline.
This was
But
a
they
full
usually
TARDIS.
just have them outside, you know?
I was like, what are you doing?
You know, your droids, they're not allowed in here. You know, I guess a Dalek would kind of be half and half.
It's pretty much the size of R2-D2, which people are fine with.
Well, I mean in canon, since they are partially organic. Of course.
Exfoliate. That was on purpose.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm just going to start adding a few marks here that I see on the overall design that probably need to be there.
By the way, if you wanted to ever do that sound system, you make it so that the circuit is broken when you have a sword in there interrupting the flow. When you pull it out, it closes the circuit and starts playing music.
You've got this planned out? Are we going to
Yes.
see
I
this?
like that. Yeah, that's a cool
It
idea.
require a lot more effort than it really
You
would.
were, yeah, you're like, oh, probably.
I have
not.
plans, but
Yeah.
Actually, Chrissy Lay says, can we enter pets into the cosplay contest?
Yes.
Going to cosplay my
Are you
pet
reading
rock.
the chat? He said
Pet rock. Crispy Lays, how old are you?
No,
Right.
come on, we need this. We
Pet-
need Pet Rock to
I'm
support
sorry.
us.
I'm old, and even that is an old reference.
I am
A Pet
fully
Rock?
behind you, Crispy Lays. I am supporting
Pet
this
Rock?
even if they don't.
cannot do a pouring. A pet rock would have to do a stop 'em.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Mag
okay.
Marine, maybe if you put some jam on
Now,
it
if
or
you wanted to
something.
do a chia pet, you could probably do a very convincing potpourri.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
we
we are
should
trying
make-
to get merchandise going.
We should get like some terracotta and make different Ragnarok things out of it, and you can get the chia seeds separately, so we could make our own chia pet Ragnarok stuff. This is a thing we can do.
You guys have fun?
Actually, it would be totally cool to do a.
I'd rather just eat chia seeds.
Yeah,
Are
they're
those
not bad.
literally
They're
just
not
the
bad.
same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are edible. In fact, a lot of,
I put them in my smoothie.
yeah, they're a good source of fiber.
Fiber. If you want to be regular.
So, at what point did people go like, instead of spreading this on this pottery thing, what if we just ate and drank it?
Actually, prior to the idea of putting it on pottery, because it's actually been people have been eating it longer than we've been putting it on, I don't know, little fake ceramic dogs and sheep.
They had some, like Larry the Cable, they had some weird ones. Oda, can you tell the GM that they're on our Guildy's account changing the God item name to Hurry Up? Been AFK for like 30 minutes. Maybe they forgot to...
Probably forgot to change the password.
They forgot to change the password.
God, I almost fell off this stupid chair.
Yeah, the IKEA chairs are not known for being particularly...
Wait, are they still just logged in?
Are they still logged in, or is the password not changed? Because usually you can still do password recovery.
Because if they're still logged in, I will get up and go over there and be like, hey.
He's gonna put the smack down.
No, SmackDown's on Thursdays. So
Oh.
That's $9.99 for the WWE Network. You can watch SmackDown every week.
Wow. Wow.
That seems like a raw deal there.
Oh my god, you guys.
That was a real
It's so hard for me
WrestleMania
to remain
get
here.
the,
I could just get up and walk out, and I don't. Why?
Save yourself.
You're trapped here.
I am trapped. I'm stuck at this desk. It's okay.
I wonder if I can control the streaming from here or the Spotify.
Well, I'm going to go.
Sure,
talk to
go
Jim.
bug them.
But you better come back.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, right? You didn't want your eyes to work.
So
Now you can steal his chair.
we're actually looking to be kind of
Nowhere to sit.
expanding what stuff we're doing for live streams.
So, this is the fun part. All of the decorative parts are kind of hard to make out, even on this cleaned up official art. So, I think I'm gonna kind of wing it and just do my own thing with it, because why not? So, this is my base. This is what I'm gonna be working off of. And I'm just gonna make 4 of those. And what I'm gonna do is there's gonna be 2 of them attached to each other. And then down, basically, down the center seam, I can line it with fabric. So that creates a seam that allows it to open up a little bit. And then I'll have the attachments on the other side, if that makes any sense. It'll make more sense once I'm actually constructing it, but at least for the patterning purposes, this is okay.
Archie the God says, Oda, are your glasses IRL slotted? And if so, what MVP card is in them? I just, Maya Purple is kind of the way to go. But I think I need to get a new pair of these.
Well,
These
you're
are-
covered now.
These are, yeah. Now, Vidya Vitami says, are you going to use Warbia?
Yeah, I'm gonna
What's
use
that?
Warbla over craft foam. I've got extra thick craft foam that I buy in rolls, so I'm just gonna cut some down to use for this. Oh, what's happening? Oh.
Now, are you guys actually able to hear the music?
Whoa, whoa, listen to the music.
Just see Oda come towards the camera.
I know. It's like.
I'm trying to control the sound on here, but I don't know which computer this is. Maybe it's
Yours. More else going to come in here. Oda. Machine, it's making a lot of noise now.
I mean, it could
Noises?
be.
Yes, they hear it.
Okay, now maybe. So I've got some RO music playing. So, hey, I'm the magic of wireless technology.
Holy crap.
Isn't that cool?
I don't know how to use my phone, so I'm not actually sure what you did.
Minecraft.
Now you guys have to share.
Someone cut the hair on their dog to be all like square like.
Oh no.
Looks like Minecraft. I can't tell where the thing is.
Oh.
Thanks, Reddit.
That's what I always say.
You post on Reddit.
Yeah, you know what? 90% of like community moderation or CM work, PR work, or like any video game news website is basically like, check out this thing I got from Reddit.
Makes it really difficult for me because I don't understand Reddit that well.
It's kind of cumbersome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no something awful.
The only way I can equate it is it's like a foreign subway. Trying to navigate through a foreign subway.
Yeah,
That's what it feels like. It's like when I was in Kyoto and I didn't really know where I was going. That feeling.
Kyoto's rough because it's a lot of like subways that are owned by different companies.
Is it? Oh yeah?
It is Meredith.
It's okay. What is this even?
I don't know.
I know that's a Fanime though. I can recognize the background. That's kind of sad.
It's from Doctor Who.
Oh, okay. I don't watch Doctor Who.
There's an old race of dinosaurs that used to rule the
So
Some of them survived.
Doctor Who.
One of them dressed up as a British Mary.
Calm down, Bob Sturley. Vida Vitami says, I really appreciate this channel and what you guys are doing. Had I the room, I'd be doing something similar. I'm inspired to do more RO cosplays now.
Absolutely, you should. Please share them with us when you do as well, because we love seeing them. So hopefully, maybe you can find some space in where you are and make some stuff happen. I hope. That would be awesome.
I mean, are there places where you could like
Work?
Yeah, like
Sadly, not really. I mean, there are maker spaces and places like that.
yeah.
I know that they have them in big cities. Like San Francisco has several of them, and I know LA has them, but they're usually at least $100 or more a month to work. Yeah, I actually have a similar problem at home because I'm in a one-bedroom. I don't actually have a place where I can spray paint and things like that. So that'll be a fun part when I get to this project stage where I have to spray this.
Are you huffing paint?
I'm not. I'm actually really paranoid about that. So
this is actually
ventilation's
an
really.
intervention. We've all been talking about it, right? And it's,
My
pretty
paint
serious.
You see
huffing.
the gold splatter.
And that's why I'm not on the camera right now. I'm just like covered in spray paint.
You know, well, okay, you haven't seen it in minutes.
But yeah, unfortunately, a limited workspace is always a problem. I once made a full body armor on a porch that was like the size of a closet, but I needed outdoor space so that it would be ventilated and everything. I put my power tools out there, but
It would be really cool if there was like a crafting space and like,
yeah.
artists, like, you know, people who are working in different fields, but you know, they have to do something at home. That would actually be pretty cool.
It would be nice. I mean, there are some things like that. They're just not very cost effective for most people, and if they live out in the middle of nowhere. Although, if you live out in the middle of nowhere, it's cheaper to get a bigger plot of space, so it's probably easier to find space to work. But if you're in like a city like LA, we all live in shoeboxes, and it's kind of hard to find
If I lived in
places
the
to
middle of
spray.
nowhere, I'd probably pick up blacksmith. So.
Wouldn't that be? I have
That'd
a
be
friend who
pretty
does
rad.
that. Yeah, they make like legit metal armor. It is really cool. But they live out in Riverside, so it's pretty far.
To Zoe and the folks who are streaming, twitch.tv/Zoe. Don't forget to tweet at PlayRagnarok, and I'll actually just retweet it just to let people know. Sounds like there's going to be an O'Connor run right now.
So there's a artist who goes by O'Connor on Twitch. Shillin, I believe, is their name that they go by for on DeviantArt and their other places. Really talented artist. I thought it was really cool. They had a live stream today that Jello Shaker shared, and their screen name comes from Ragnarok Online. So
It's
one
really
of
cool.
yeah, somebody who got I guess a little bit of a foundation in creating their online persona with Ragnarok Online.
I think that's really cool. I'm
Well, and they're
constantly-
really talented too. So
Well, I mean that too.
yeah, I mean it's an extra bonus that they're actually really awesome.
Yeah, I'm always humbled by the skill, the talent, and the creativity of our community. It's definitely something that I've always enjoyed working in the scene.
So I'm gonna fold this in half just so that I can make a mirrored pattern for whatever detail work I decide I want to put on this. And that's when I'm gonna start using.
Camp
this
is
one.
right here.
Camp is right here.
Look at this. I'm actually retweeting a post with no computers. So the future's here.
Look at
The
you, the wave
dystopian
of the
future that I
future.
mentioned is already here.
Let me put down a solid color just so that this will become a little bit easier to see. So I'm noticing that there's like these interesting scroll details. It's not, I don't think you can really see it on the stream, but there's a little bit of scroll work that this art has. This is a redraw of the Swordsman that was done for our online game, Ash Vacuum. So that game is really neat for a number of reasons, but also because the art.
Empire now, in case you
Oh,
look,
yeah.
in case you look for it.
It's Empire. Yes, I'm sorry. Ragnarok Online Empire. So if
Too
you're,
many names.
I know, but it makes more sense to call it that than Ash Vacuum because it is about empire building. So if you like city building and that
Well,
kind of thing.
it's supposed to be taking place in Ash Vacuum.
But it-
But nobody
Does-
knows, like,
It doesn't really.
It's there, but
Ragnarok
I didn't
Empire,
catch
like,
that.
it's a little more punchy.
Yeah.
Ash Vacuum is like your favorite character from Pokemon doing some housework.
with Ash Vacuum, you kind of just have to know what Ash Vacuum is.
Don't you know what Ash Vacuum means? Jeez, noob.
I don't, and yes.
Oh, how can anybody not know about Ash Vacuum?
But yes, let's see. This detail artwork is from that, so it's really neat to see all of the original art redrawn for that
See you,
game.
Vida.
So, oh yeah. Thanks for watching. Please do share your cosplay if you make some, and your old stuff. We would like to see it. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, it would be fun to like have guests from various communities. Certainly RO. Never short on things to say, the RO community. But it would be fun to actually have some guests, Skype in or something like that in the future. Definitely something to consider. Now, since Campitor is here, of course, we can have our Jupiter Ascending fan cast.
Oh no, I will not watch that again.
Now, again, so that proves that you actually did at some point. So, if you guys haven't watched that movie, it's from the Wachowskis. It was a sci-fi space opera film, and Campitor is actually a huge fan of space films, like space operas. I mean, would you say that you're like an aficionado on the subject?
I enjoy the genre. You've seen my Steam library and all the mistakes therein.
There's a certain point where Campitor was buying every game that had the word space in the title.
Not just the title.
Or Star.
You had to have you had to actually have spaceships, but I believed for a while.
That was really, when Star Citizen and like space games have been slowly coming back, and you're getting more than just like Sins of a Solar Empire. You're getting like flight sims and all kinds of fun stuff. But there's been a lot of dreck too, unfortunately, and Campitor bought them all. But so when we heard about Jupiter Ascending, he was like, "Hey, let's go see the movie. What could go wrong?" So actually, it's a weird movie.
And Ina Boshiri, we've actually had the Octogun and you're on as a guest. That was 2 weeks ago.
I think that was 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago. 'cause
so
last
you
week
missed
we
it.
didn't.
It's on YouTube.
We could definitely get Nyor on in the future. You can talk about hockey or whatever.
Wow, that came off so hostile.
Hockey? That's just ice soccer.
Oh god.
Ice soccer. You can direct your
They
hate
probably
mail
got
at
FIFA over that
Oda
too,
Someone should link the Octagon
He
video.
already did. He did.
Oh, he did?
You know,
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's
in the
just-
chat.
It's just fast curling, It's just
Fast
a rip-off
curling?
of curling.
You know that you're the next target after this conversation, right?
Well, I mean, yes, the corruption.
Good, we need some
charges
content
by the
for
FBI,
our Vine that we need to make.
You know, if you bribe me enough, I'll say USRC in any country you want. You know, it's it doesn't have to just be the United States.
That'd be fun.
Hey, if you guys want to fund us doing USRC in your hometown, you know, my PayPal is oda@paypal.com.
I don't.
/ Prince of Nigeria. You can certainly get in contact with me there.
This is his side job. He contacts people as a Nigerian prince. And
That's right. You know, my father was deposed, but, you know, if you're willing to help out with a small donation to take care of some of the legal fees, you're entitled to a finder's fee.
sounds like a good deal.
Not a lot of people
No.
picking up on that.
Oh. Well,
Now, E3 is coming up
Yes.
in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 15th to like 19th, wasn't it?
So we'll actually be there.
yes, we will be
Warp
there.
Portal. We're not going to have a booth because that's like 100 G's or something like that.
Yeah. We're free to play, guys. let's
Yeah. Hey,
let's be real.
Come on.
I mean,
Plus, I mean, MMOs in general are not really at E3 anymore.
Well, some of them are, just the new ones.
But yeah,
but we will be there.
We'll be there. We'll be filming some videos, kind of showing you guys what it looks like from inside E3. We had a great video last year with CMs Maridah and I. Kind of, I don't remember who was doing
June
the camera
16th
work.
to 18th.
But yeah,
it was,
we're.
I think it was just you two.
No, I know, I was there.
I think he was the one holding the camera.
But you interviewed him too.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. 2014 was a pretty cool year. Games were starting to come out, but I think this year there'll actually be kind of some more stuff to see. Even though, I don't know, consoles, the games right now are still a little thin.
Shaky.
Like,
yeah.
is there anything that you guys are looking forward to coming out this year? You just made the
Yeah.
maybe not.
See, I can't really talk about them though.
Yeah.
They're in the lows. Well, actually, no one. No one's big care. Shroud of the Avatar is supposed to be coming out sometime.
You bastard!
Traitor.
And it's based on an M. Night Shyamalan movie?
No.
How horrible.
Nope. It is based off of.
No, Crispy Lays, they're never going to come out with Last Guardian. It would be great if they did.
It's done by Richard Garriott and crew.
I mean, that's a hell of a pedigree right there. I mean,
One of the first.
you're not advertising for it. You're
RPGs,
just, you know, it's for research.
No,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of them. I've played their games my whole life.
I mean, you're a big Ultima fan,
Yeah.
right? You know, every day you're saying, "Bless me, Ultima." You know, but I think it'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
Really at a impasse on how to embellish this, since this really just requires.
It's a small image.
Yeah.
Have you
know.
considered putting one Norse ruin on the ends?
Ah, that would be cool. I should
Or like
Google
little
that.
engraving details. You know.
They usually did the well worms and stuff, but just a ruin, or like your name in Runic or whatever.
That's actually a cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
Runiko
Google.
Takahashi.
Oh, jeez. All right, let me Google
Ragnarok one.
runes.
Whoa, jeez.
Falling.
This. It's just
You'll have to imagine that was crazier than it sounded.
So what game are you looking forward to from E3?
None. I hate games. No, actually, I don't know if they're gonna show off anything on Metal Gear because Konami.
Yeah,
Last year
that's-
Konami was like.
That is my big thing that I just want to see what their presence is like. Because I actually think they will be promoting Phantom Pain because they were at
It'll
MCM.
probably be like a demo, maybe.
Well, I know that, oh, you know what? I do know that they will have something there, and I probably can't say why.
Okay.
But yes, they
That was
will have
cryptic.
something
Cool. No, I'm really happy to hear that. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, ooh, supporting Konami. But
but I think they will be at least pushing Phantom Pain or, Metal Gear. So.
Yeah, you know, I think the controls of each Metal Gear game have kind of like improved quite a bit, and so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it. I'm hoping they have something of Just Cause 3 to show off. Like any open world game, I am just a huge sucker for. So there's that. If they show anything of Zelda, I think that would be great, but not necessarily expecting it. Last year, Nintendo actually had a really good booth at E3. I really love Splatoon from what I played of it. I just don't have a Wii U. But that's actually out today, I think.
Yeah.
Getting some pretty high marks. It's cool seeing Nintendo doing something different. I think, you know, the times when they've done that have been like the one where the Pikmin. That was it.
Okay then.
Is he really like
Blast Corps, huh?
Well, sometimes they do things different that didn't end well, like the Power Glove.
I don't think Power Glove was official though, was it?
Yeah, it was. That was the Nintendo glove.
Okay. I think they had some bad peripherals. It's good to see Nintendo kind of like trying to do something like, especially because it's trying to do shooters in sort of a different, interesting way. I love the look. It's very Jet Set Radio, which anytime you want to bring that back, Sega, huh? Remember when you made games? It was really cool.
Pepperidge Farms, remember?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
You guys doing the old person voice, like Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Remember back when Sonic games were good? Pepperidge Farms remembers.
There was a good one.
Well, I mean,
I liked a
relative.
few of them.
I'm just joking. It's like the only thing I have is a Sega Genesis growing up.
I mean, that was
I did not have a
the
Sega
era.
Genesis, but
Did not have a Nintendo.
There's supposed to be a really good book out
I got
right
my
now
Nintendo
about-
real late. Like, I was
Yeah,
on
when
slow
the
mode.
games are cheap, you know, a lot. That's what I did for the Dreamcast. I picked it up in like the last year it was around. Just got a bunch of great games of a game that we actually played on the Warpportal Weekly, or what do we call this show before?
Warpportal Weekly used to be.
Used to be something. This Week in Ragnarok.
This
Yeah,
Week in
This Week in Ragnarok.
There we go.
Hey, I love that show.
Not that
Remember it?
old, guys.
Look, I have the memory of a goldfish.
That's several of us.
I have the memory of a first generation iPod. Oh!
I'm just writing gibberish at this point.
But yeah, the
As long as it looks
Dreamcast,
cool.
a game that we actually had played a little bit of on this stream was Grandia 2, and I
Yeah.
hear that's actually coming to Steam. So
Yeah, it is. That was
Sega,
something
if
announced
you want to
like
put all of your old games up on Steam, I'm not going to
No,
stop you.
they did at one point, I thought.
I mean,
I
Jet
swear I
Grind
have a
Radio's up on
Sega
there.
pack.
I'm pretty sure I have like the entire Sonic pack on the
They've
Xbox
started.
360
Yeah.
because I couldn't play that on a computer. I had to play it on a
Plus,
console.
you know, they're totally re-releasing Company of Heroes. It's a Sega game now.
Are they actually re-releasing Company Heroes?
Yeah,
Well, because the matchmaking stuff, wasn't that all busted?
yeah.
I want them to make a new one, but I wasn't really a big fan of...
Two.
Now, Sonic Adventure 3, I think, could be actually kind of cool. Like...
I like Sonic Adventure.
Sonic Adventure was a hell of a game.
I really liked that series.
I actually heard really good things about Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations.
Not a Sega game, but you know one of the one things that Nintendo did that was kind of weird was the Mario RPG.
You know, one thing I've actually been playing that is supposed to be pretty similar to that is, if you guys have watched Steven Universe, it's a Cartoon Network show. It's really good. It's from one of the people who worked on Adventure Time. But they have a RPG on mobile
Oh.
that is actually supposed to be pretty similar to Super Mario RPG. which that might be kind of fun to play on one of these streams.
Well, we still need to do the throwback stuff.
I just realized
Yeah.
it's kind
Getting
of
the
weird that I'm
Thursday
using
to do
English
that would be very
runes
cool.
on something that's supposed to be Nordic.
You know,
The-
RO is
actually, the
all
Norse-
mixed up.
The English are Norse.
Only in a small portion because I got invaded.
They kind of took over almost everything.
But it's different language.
What was the deal with the Romans in England?
They invaded
came up
as
through
well.
south because they didn't want to pay for the tin.
Huh.
So
Okay.
they took over the tin areas and they're kind of done.
Because they actually have like Roman ruins.
Yeah,
Right. There
Bath.
used to be Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah.
Oh.
So there was the old English, which were, if I remember correctly, actually
Celtic?
Celtic.
Yeah.
Right.
And
What?
then they were invaded by
Sorry. I didn't know that was happening.
Oh yeah.
That's so cute.
What?
Yoshi's Woolly World.
Oh.
Oh my god. You guys should Google
Oh,
that.
I
It's
think.
cute.
Yeah, that one's supposed to be really good. They also had like Canvas Curse. They have a bunch of them that are kind of in that like handmade.
Well, yeah, like
fabric
Sackboy
style.
stuff. Sorry to interrupt.
Whoa,
Like,
hey, you know, we don't have to get blue here talking about Sackboy. You know, I think that's a little offensive.
What? Wait, I don't get what I don't get what that means. Go blue? Are you making a joke?
I'm making
Oda?
a joke.
Are you trying to say something?
Not anymore. Anyway, Sonic the
The
Hedgehog.
opinions expressed on this show are not that of gravity or.
Look, you know what? It's late in the day.
Yeah, we
they
all
are
really
no
need caffeine.
harmers, all right, guys. So continue.
So the original Celtics invaded by Romans. Romans conquered, settled, eventually went native. Then they were invaded by the Danes
Going native.
from Denmark,
Mhm.
and that's why for the longest time England was under Danelaw. And then the French invaded, and then they're the Franks. That's another Norse tribe. So,
Hmm.
except for like Scotland and Wales, most of England is actually Norse.
I mean, that's why the
I don't know, because
language
there's
is
a
kind
fair
of
amount
weird-
of Roman blood in that gene pool to counter that. So, I mean, because my mom's very English looking, and she looks, I would say, she has those more Norman features than so, I don't know. Like, I think it's kind of it's an island, and a bunch of people invaded it, and
Well,
I just feel a little weird about something that is explicitly one culture and putting something that's explicitly another on it. But hey, you know what? If it looks cool,
well, see, that's why Peter Capaldi was both, in Roman times, and then he also became a doctor later because that's the thing there.
Okay, I'm out now because I'm off.
Oh,
you're off. She's like, I'm free.
I'm free. You guys have a good weekend. Bye. Buttercup out. Woo.
thank you very much.
She drops
for
the mic.
coming.
I'm mic dropping now.
Oh man, I don't have enough space on this. But yeah, if anybody calls me out on it, I'll be like, look, kid, I didn't know what to do.
If anyone can read that, they probably have a PhD.
True. I'm literally, it means nothing. I am just drawing on some runes. They mean literally nothing. So,
Some super cool stuff.
well, it's all right. You know,
I like
it's
You
it's all
can
right.
kind of have it like it was embossed or something like
Yeah,
that.
well, what I'm going to do is the cool thing about craft foam, you can use pressure to indent it, and then if you're covering it with a material like Warbla,
Mhm.
you can further indent it with tools like clay tools that can like dig in there. So I'll show that. You can also sandwich it. You can like have a layer where these could be raised surfaces where I just use like another piece of craft foam and build up a layer. But for like these kind of marks, I'm gonna literally just etch it in there with a tool. So it won't be very clear. It'll actually be less defined than the pattern itself. It'll just give an impression of texture. So
Yeah, you get a little shadow on there. Get a
Well,
little,
if you wanted to go over and you painted it inside the lines.
yeah, to
you
give it
can
like
make
a
it-
weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably will do that. Just because I'm actually probably gonna leave a lot of the texture of the Warbler on this, so that it looks more like hammered metal instead of giving it like a really nice smooth sheen. Just since I get the impression that this isn't supposed to look like it's super finely made. It's kind of like a poor man's armor kind of thing. So
yeah, it's something for everyday use by
Yeah.
the swordswoman.
yeah, so
If you wanted to make it look like it was carved into it, I'd almost use like a rusty looking paint. If you wanted to make it enchanted, I'd do actually white and then slowly do blues outwards to make it look like it has a little bit of a glow.
I'm thinking, so you're saying like on the armor itself, make the whole thing look enchanted?
Well, I mean where the runic is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I could do some highlighting.
Actually, it would be kind of cool if we did a video where you showed off painting.
Yeah, you could show
like
painting off techniques.
Well, the problem is if I bring in the airbrush, I have the same problem you have.
Yeah.
Maybe not an airbrush.
Yeah, darn.
I mean, I can pre-airbrush stuff and then do a little detail work.
I mean, yeah. With that, or we can see if we can break something up outside, but that might
I mean,
be
do you
kind
have
of a
any
hassle.
figures that would kind of pass for Ragnarok characters or something like that?
Like Space Wolves.
Yeah, I mean that. You know what? It's just cool to like see you guys showing off your towns. That's something you'll get on every episode of Warpportal Weekly.
They just let us do our thing, so that's kind of the fun of it.
I think so. It's kind of like sharing this stuff with you guys and then having you guys share stuff with us. I think is a heck of a lot of fun. So I think we're coming about to the end of our time with you guys today.
I didn't get very far on this, but if you can imagine this replicated in 4 separate panels, and then it's just going to make up the arm piece, and I'm going to make a separate smaller piece that's going to go act as like the hand guard. And yeah, maybe next time I could actually put this into 3D with some craft foam.
Awesome.
I'd have to work on it a little bit more when I'm at home. It's a little bit easier when I have all of my tools. It's hard to do this stuff when you're having a conversation too. I notice I usually get into like this Zen mode where I'm like, okay, this is all I'm thinking about, and it makes it so much faster. But hopefully this gave somebody an incentive to go out there and make some of your own.
If you
It's
could
not that hard.
If you could actually get some like in progress shots,
Yeah.
we can stitch them together, make like a little slideshow to show like during the pre-show.
I was talking to Jello Shaker about potentially doing a live stream of my own at home.
Ooh.
And if I do that, I will focus on making video game costumes. So this would be one of them that I'd highlight making stuff for. I'm also making some stuff for Metal Gear, so I could probably do that on the stream as well. So yeah, I'll let you guys know. Yeah, we're gonna do that for San Diego Comic-Con. So
I need to see pictures of that.
Yes, it hopefully it'll be great because some of my friends told me that they were gonna join as soon as I said that we're gonna do it. San Diego's after AX, so it's like the
August, September.
I think it's actually the second week of July.
Wow.
So it's okay. My costume's super easy. It's just like if I'm helping Kev with his like snake, fix up some stuff. Got a style wig. So yeah, I'll do that on a live stream, and I can maybe touch on doing this kind of stuff at home, like the breastplate, because that's actually going to be probably the part that most people need help with, just seeing how to do that kind of thing. And that'll be easier for me to do at home because I can just bust out my dress form.
Wow,
So.
that is right after AX.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
They used to wait like a month, so.
That's nuts. That is nuts.
Oh yeah, no.
It's
the
like
San
every
Diego,
month there's a new PAX too. So.
The tickets, I don't actually even have tickets. I'm literally going to be hanging out with my friends in their hotel rooms and standing outside in a costume because it is really hard to get a badge. The only time I ever had a badge was when I was working at the event for a dealer, so it is really hard to get those.
Yeah, when I went to WonderCon, it was very cool. It was awesome to actually go inside, but it's like we've got a place here in Southern California called Frankincense.
Yeah, Frankincense is pretty cool.
It it was pretty much kind of better.
The only problem with frankincense is you do have some kind of like bootleggy booths.
Yeah, that's true.
There is some of that going on in there, so that is the one downside of it. But frankincense is kind of like a mini dealer room.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
the
like
nice thing about going to the conventions is it's fresh product.
Yeah,
Frankincense, the product doesn't really change from week to week.
it's true. It's until they unload it on somebody. So
well, I'm only interested in vintage.
vintage
so-
figures, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not really much in the way of figures there. I mean,
The
No,
times I
really-
went, they had some
They
stuff for
do.
Star Wars, and then they
Pretty
had
good,
some
so.
of Kotobukiya's like Bishojo line,
Yeah.
but they didn't have a whole lot of like new anime figures, if that's what you're looking
A
for.
good chunk of it is now just sports memorabilia.
Ew, okay.
No, when's the last time you went?
Last year.
No, I went like a couple months ago. There was a good amount of sports stuff, but it wasn't like overwhelming in any way.
It might have been the day I went, because the day I went, they were giving away Dodger bags.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sports! Push off!
No, we're not here for that.
And so with that, folks, I'd like to say you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much for watching. We're
Yeah.
live every week at 5 p.m. on Fridays, as long as we're in the office. And
Yeah, as long as none of us are deathly ill or out of the office, we will be here. So
Well, some of us will be here.
it's whoever we can
wrangle.
So yeah, but Oda and I will be here. So
Absolutely. So thank you guys for watching, and you have a wonderful evening.
bye. I don't know how to wave at you guys. Bye.